Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, all. Alright, thank you so much to being here today. In this presentation video, I will talk about technology integration lesson plan. Before that, let me introduce myself. My name is Raifa Naswa. I am from TBI 1. Okay, my lesson plan to title is Let's Talk About Body Parts, Clothes, and Colors. Alright, next slide. Right, let's continue about lesson overview. Alright, the lesson title I will talk about Let's Talk About Body Parts, Clothes, and Colors. This is the lesson I designed for grade 7 students at the beginner level, and the lesson focus on three main language skills, which are the first is vocabulary, and the second is listening, and the third is speaking. Alright, the duration is around 16 minutes, and the goal is to help students become more confident using English to describe themselves and others using simple words. Alright, let's go to the next slide. Okay, in this slide, we will talk about learning objective. So let's look at the learning objective. I have set three key goals for this lesson. The first is student will be able to name at least 6 or more body parts. This includes words like head, eyes, nose, more, and legs. And the second is they will also learn about 5 clothes items, for example, like shirt, pants, dress, shoes, and hat. And the last is they will recognize and say about 5 or 7 basic colors like blue, red, yellow, green, or black. But I didn't stop here. Students will also practice grouping and matching vocabulary, and then use the word in real simple sentence. Some sentence example I teach in this lesson includes like, for example, she is wearing a red dress, and he is wearing black shoes, or maybe two colors. And body parts is she has brown eyes, he has short black hair, she has yellowy skin, or in bahasa we say kuning lansat, and etc. By using this real life example, students can describe their friends, family members, or even themselves using basic English. Alright, the next slide. Okay, the next is typical from word. Alright, now let's move on the typical from word. Typical stand for technology, pedagogy, and the content knowledge. Alright, in this lesson, the technology includes tools, Bamboozle, Canva, YouTube, and Google Docs. And the pedagogy is vocabulary games, visual based to pair, group, or work. And the last is content knowledge, is focused on body parts, clothes, and colors. Alright, let me give an example of how I combine them. So first, student will watch a short YouTube video that introduce about colors, clothes, and body parts, and then they will match the vocabulary using bamboozle. This is a fun game that makes the class more energetic, and after that they will create a visual poster using Canva, maybe a picture of a person wearing colorful clothes, and finally they will describe the image using complete sentence. For example, this is Anna. She has short black hair. She is wearing a yellow shirt and jeans. Students really enjoy this kind of activity because it feels more like storytelling than studying. Alright, now let's take a closer look at the SMR model and how I apply it in this lesson. I use 4 main tools and each tool fits a different SMR level. The first is bamboozle. It's at the augmentation level. It adds more interaction compared to Square. It gives instant feedback and students love the competition. And the second is Google Docs. This is at the modification level. Students work together in pairs to write description. They write things like my best friend has curly hair or my little sister is wearing a pink dress and white shoes. Alright, the next is Canva. This is at the redefinition level. Students create a digital visual of a person and decorate it with clothes and colors. This is something you can really do with just paper and pencil. And the last is YouTube. YouTube is used at the substitutions level. It's simple, replace a print material like a book, but I give sound a visual support so it's more interesting for young learners. Alright, so overall I can say that the lesson is not only using teach for fun but also to support higher level learning. Alright. Okay, let's talk about tools and elements overview. The tool I use include the first is Bamboozle for interactive game, and the second is Google Docs for writing practice, and the third is Canva for making digital poster, and the last is YouTube to show short safe video, and the next is LMS. And all of these tools are connected to Google Classroom. In Google Classroom, I can do things like the first is posting for the game, video, and text, and the second is give step-by-step instruction, and the third is collect student assignment, and the last is give comments or feedback directly to student. This system is very helpful whether we are learning in the class or online. Okay, in this slide, I want to categorize the technology used. The first is word progressing. This is when students use Google Docs to type their sentence. For example, he has big eyes, like this. And the second is multimedia. We use Canva to create poster and YouTube to give visual input. These tools are great for students who learn better with image. And the third is assessment. Bamboozle help me check student understanding to fun games. If they answer correctly, the game rewards them immediately. And the last is collaboration. students work together on shared Google Doc, they can say like example for like the first I will teach like hey, you write the sentence and I'll check the spelling. This type of teach use the word multiple skill like the first is reading, writing, speaking, and teamwork. Let's be honest, every lesson has a challenge and reflection. Okay, for the benefit. The first is students love using games and visual. They feel excited and involved. The second is teach make it easier to remember simple vocabulary. And the third is many students uh, feel more confident when they create something on their own, like a Canva poster. And the last is it also boosts their independence when they click, choose colors and type of body part. Okay, for the challenge, the first is some students have difficulty spelling word like shoulder, purple or yellow, and the second is I often need to get them step by step, especially when they are using Canva for the first time. Alright, next is in reflection. I think this lesson is really suitable for beginner learner. It connects with their daily life. Everyone wears clothes, has a body, and sees color. By describing real people or even cartoon character, they become more comfortable using English naturally. Okay, we are finally at the end of my presentation video. Thank you so much for your attention and for watching this video. I hope you are enjoyed the idea and can see how technology can support vocabulary learning. Let's keep making learning more fun and effective, especially for beginner students. Thank you again and see you again. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bye.